Coming in May 2014 to a podcast near you, we sit down with Scott Fiebiger and Chad Robertson as they discuss Cinco de Mayo and how it relates to the system of meanings amongst collective cultures. Let's start with our first guest. Here is Scott Fiebiger.
Thanks, Chuck. So for this project, we chose to attend an event celebrating Cinco de Mayo on May 5th, 2014. Obviously, Cinco de Mayo is May 5th in Spanish. The event was held at the Arabelle Thompson Multicultural Center at the University of North Dakota. Cinco de Mayo is Mexican Independence Day, and many Latinos and Latinas who are no longer living in Mexico still choose to celebrate it, as it's a great tradition in their culture. Cinco de Mayo kind of commemorates the Battle of Puebla, where the Mexicans helped fend off the French support to the Confederates. So it's celebrated in the United States as, obviously, thank you for that. When we arrived at the event, we were greeted with a warm welcome and an invitation to eat. They had traditional Mexican food normally prepared on Cinco de Mayo, so like homemade tacos, rice, burritos, and they also had sherbet for dessert. At the table, there were a lot of people that were also there to celebrate, one of whom was a gentleman from Mexico City who gave a lot of insight, and he was explaining into how Cinco de Mayo came to being in the first place, which was very interesting. And there was also candy sitting all over the place, as it's a holiday where many sweets are eaten. Traditionally, they also create skulls out of sugar. Or no, sorry, that's the Day of the Dead. Excuse me. Sorry, getting my history mixed up. But they did make a point as we were leaving to say that they would have a piñata at 1 o'clock, and that we should come back with lots of people to help celebrate. All in all, it was a very fun event, and we enjoyed ourselves. And now my associate, Chad Robertson, would like to explain how this event relates to systems of meanings. Chad?
Hello, I'm Chad Robertson, and I'm going to talk to you about how our Cinco de Mayo event is related to system of meaning. The definition of system meaning is a collective set of assumptions, expectations, and understandings, such as rules and norms that link members of a group together. We thought this would be good for our event because our event was a celebration of a Mexican holiday where they were able to show that they had the ability to fight off the French army. The French army was known to be very powerful back then. When we first got into the house, there was many people of all different ages and ethnicities, especially Mexican, and there was many different kinds of Mexican food, and such as what Scott said before, but he went to the bathroom and I was able to see some other things that he didn't see, such as two people talking about the Mexican culture and how it is related to the American culture, such as Thanksgiving, where in Thanksgiving American culture we sit down and have some food. It's like the common kind of food as we do, such as turkey and all that kind of stuff. Whereas in Cinco de Mayo it's also kind of a similar thing, like people get together, there's a lot of people, and they all have Mexican food, such as burritos and tacos, which they served at this multicultural event. There was many people there in a very packed small house, and everybody seemed to be in a very good mood, and it just reminded us of how this could be like a system of meaning, like a expectation, like understandings. It's a group of people that understand what the event was for, and then they get together. It's like a normal thing they do every year. That's how it's kind of a set of assumptions and expectations. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say. It was a fun experience overall, and yeah. So Scott, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah. I mean, like Chad said, it was a real good time. We liked it. hopefully we'll go back next year. I hope they do it again.
Get some free food.
Yeah, food is great. I would highly recommend it in the future.
Well, thanks for coming, guys. It was great to hear about your experience at Cinco de Mayo. I hope maybe even I can go next year. I'd like to thank all of our listeners. You guys are the best fans in the world. And I hope you guys tune in next month. Thank you, everybody, and good night.